Unfortunately, not everyone can own a machine gun like this. There's certain rules you gotta live by. It sucks, but it's the truth. There's also licensing and a little bit of skill. Believe it or not, we got both. Welcome to the Gunner's Vault. Alright, it's that time. Hey, oh crap, I forgot, we're filming today. I got a treat for you. The MG42. Yeah, we're gonna go out and shoot it today. It's gonna be awesome. But before that, I'm gonna go over a couple of things with it. You know, just familiarize you with the weapon, because, you know, that's what I do. Alright, first off, it's already checked, it's safe and clear. I do have ammo, which I'll break out right now, as a matter of fact. I'll show you the coolest thing about the MG42. Alright, this is a belt with 8mm. That's probably around 40, I don't know, 40 something rounds. The MG42 takes this, turns it into this, and then turns it into little puffs of dust on the ground real quick. Yeah. But this thing's a chick magnet, like you would not believe. So, alright, let's go ahead and check stuff out. I'm going to move my coffee out the way. It's morning, you know me, I gotta have my coffee. First thing with this weapon, after I move this out the way, one of the coolest things about this, you'll notice it's all stamped. The MG34 is all machined. This is a follow-on. There's no common parts between the MG34 and the MG42, save one. Right here, there's a little two-part pin. Works like that. There's one set on the MG42, two sets on the MG34. That's the only common part between the two. Start off at the beginning. Flash hider, unscrews. In your flash hider is your you know me and nomenclature. That's a booster bushing, if I'm not mistaken. Got the barrel bushing right here. What happens? You fire off a round, gas comes up. It's trapped in your bushing or your booster here. Pushes back on the barrel bushing. Pushes it back. Actually, you can see that maybe. It pushes the whole thing back, unlocks the bolt, recoil. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Pew 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 pew. All right, so that's that. Now check it out. Bolt to the rear. Safety on. Barrel comes out. That's a quick change barrel right there. Putting it in is no harder than doing that. Slapping it. Letting the bolt fly forward. You're ready, you're good to go. That's a major improvement in the world of machine guns. This thing is still in service in some countries. Unfortunately, it's still in service with bad guys too, in the original 8mm form. Most of them have gone to the 7.62 or 308 form in the MG3, the MG1, the MGZ, I believe it is, MG74. You know, various countries call it various things. It's a general purpose machine gun. There's only really two problems with it. It's almost the perfect design. One problem, it shoots so damn fast. It shoots 1,200 rounds a minute. That's great if you're shooting down airplanes or something. You want to get a lot of ammo on target really quick. But for guys running around, just think. You got 1,200 rounds of ammo that goes pretty damn quick. So you need more guys to carry more ammo. Slows you down in the long run. So when you're going after, I don't know, Poland, and you're trying to blitzkrieg over there, you're slowed down a little bit. Not enough apparently, but you're slowed down a little bit. Alright, so top cover. Top cover and the feed tray on this. It's not one of those never been done before things, but it is kind of cool. What happens is right here, your little stud on the bolt body aligns with this lever, feed lever, which makes your feed pawls run back and forth. What happens, the rounds come in like this, your bolt works the feed lever, which in turn works the feed pawls, the feed paws grab the round and push it over into the pressure plate, which pushes it into the feed tray, which allows the bolt to smash it forward into the barrel. Pow! There you go. Alright, let's see. Now I always end up turning this the wrong direction. It's kind of what I do. So let's see if I do this right. Let's see, 50-50 shot. This one. Hey, I did it. There's your buttstock and your buffer. Interesting note. This is an MG42 buffer and buttstock. The M53 is a Yugoslavian copy of an MG42. Almost in every detail, save 3 that I know of, I've identified. One, there's no front anti-aircraft mount on the MG53. They did save the holes for the rear, but they got rid of the front. Don't know why. 2, the profile of the barrel shroud, a little different on the 53. It's fatter, not quite as sleek, making the 42 cooler by practice, by default. The buffer on a 53 and a 42 is different. A 42 buffer will not allow a 53 buttstock to go on all the way. So that's an easy identifier right there. If it's stuck like that kinda, but aligned like that, what you have is either a 53 buffer and a 42 stock, or vice versa. And if you have it cool, let's see, put it on there like it's supposed to be. There you go. If you have it like that, that's good. By the way, every 42 I've ever seen, buttstock wiggles. Nature of the beast. I call it it's a feature. Shock absorber. Yeah, that's what it is. Alright, so we come back over here. You notice I put the rag on the end of the barrel. You notice I put the rag on the end of the receiver a lot when I'm charging it, and it takes me a couple tries. That's because I don't want to just slam the crap out of it and force the bolt into the palm of my hand. That would be bad. Alright, bolt for the MG42. Right here. This thing's awesome. It's pretty easy. There's not a lot to it. What we are going to have to do is these rollers right here, here and here, need to be pried open before we can take it apart. And you can do this with a knife, or really you want to do it with a screwdriver or something better than the knife. Knife is what I got, so knife is what we'll use. Alright, pry those rollers, turn the bolt body. Anti-bounce stabilizer, I believe is what that part right there is called. We'll go over. Firing pin extension, and your ejector right here. Alright, let's pull out the barrel so I can show you something cool. Your bolt, well first off, your barrel, this can be the top or this can be the top when you're inserting. It doesn't really matter, they're both the same. Your bolt goes into the barrel like this. This is the top with the little feed ramp. This is what pushes the round, strips it from the link into the gun. Alright, so that's the top. What happens is your bolt is going to be like this with the rollers locked closed. When it comes into the barrel extension, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but the rollers pop out. Now keep in mind, this is all happening, John Baum, you're going to love this, in the camming piece area. This is not a trunnion, this is the camming piece. John Baum's been trying to convince the world of this for a long time. I'm here to help you, John. You're a good guy. Incidentally, order his German manuals. They're awesome. So anyway, our rollers are extended, locked in the barrel extension. So when the round fires, it's not just going to go whack into your shoulder and cause you to do a bunch of curse words and stuff. Because, that would suck. Alright, so it fires. Gas is trapped like we talked about a little earlier. The whole thing comes back with the help of the camming piece. The bolt unlocks, comes back into recoil. If you have an MG42, a full auto MG42, and it does not have that piece, get that piece. This prevents an out of battery detonation. On the 42, that's a real bad thing, because what happens, your receiver goes from a nice square to this. It just bulges the crap out of it. Really, really hard to fix, if not impossible. Stresses the metal in a critical area. Just, all around not a good thing. Alright, let's see what we got here. Firing pin on the 42. This big ass gun depends on that to run. Yep, that right there. It's cute. It's kind of a little dirty. We're gonna go make it a lot dirtier. So we put that together. Firing pin extension holds the firing pin, obviously, which goes in the bolt head. This is the bolt head. Ejector. The ejector goes in just like this. And what happens is, if you can see it, the ejector is right there on top. This bar, the ejector bar, this right here in the bolt body is hit by the buffer in recoil, which hits the ejector bar, which hits this ejector bar right here and causes the round to eject out the bottom of the gun. Neat. It's ingenious. And it's fast. I mean, you're thinking, man, my math sucks, you know? But 50 rounds are going to be gone in 2.5 seconds. So that's like 20 rounds every second, or a million rounds every 1/10 of a second, or something like that. It's a lot. It's really fast. This is a gun that you have to respect. I mean, if you let it get away from you, it's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you bad. You're going to have a really, really, really bad day. It's just, you know, there's lots of machine guns out there, and there's a lot of them you respect. The Modus, the M2 50 cal, that's what you gotta respect that, just because the round is huge. You know, it's big. Any artillery piece, respect it for the same reason. The round is huge. This one, 8mm. It's not that big. It's about 30-06 size, but it'll screw you up, man. It will damage you. We put that in there for safekeeping. Bring our barrel up, because we don't want to insert the bolt without the barrel, because that would be embarrassing since we're filming this. Barrel goes in. I love how fast it goes in. It's just cool. Alright, now we can put our bolt in the rest of the way. Notice the bolt stopped. That's because it's on the sear. Squeeze trigger, bolt goes forward, locks. It's probably not locked all the way. If we hear another click when we insert the buffer, or the buttstock in the buffer rather, well, then we'll know, hey man, it wasn't locked all the way. Let's see. No, it was locked all the way. How about that? That other click was the buttstock and buffer combination getting locked in. Let's see some history on this thing. It replaced, you know, as many of you know, it didn't really replace the MG42 or the MG34. It complemented it. What happened was the 34, and I alluded to this earlier, the 34 was so complex, so expensive to make, that they needed something different. So they went from that to an MG42, which the MG42 was revolutionary. It was the first machine gun that I know of, but I'm pretty sure it was the first, that utilizes stampings throughout. There's very few machine parts. That means it can be made quickly and cheaply. There's not a lot, well, there actually is a lot that can go wrong with it. It's a machine gun, it's got parts. But for the most part, it's a lot more serviceable than the MG34. I love the MG34, I really do, but the 42 is the gun you want to go to battle with in World War II. This thing is just a monster. So, anyway, you know, the frontline troops, actually all the troops, loved the crap out of it. I mean, it's not too heavy, it's only 20-something pounds, 24 pounds, give or take. So you can, you know, wing it around. The only, you know, I mentioned earlier, one of the problems that it had was it fired too fast. With the German army, that wasn't a problem, that's what they wanted. In fact, there was a couple guns that fired faster through a single barrel. The MG41 fired about 1,500 rounds a minute, I think it was, and this is prototypes right here, the MG34, 41, and the MG34S. Those fired 1,650 rounds a minute out of a single barrel. That's booking. That's not your barrel speed. So you really got to be aware of how many rounds you're getting out, because your barrel will melt. What's cool is when you're firing tracers, when you're on a good barrel, you see the tracers go straight. Choo, choo, choo. Now, oh look, it's even green. Germans had yellow tracers, by the way. When you're firing a barrel that's been shot out, your tracers, instead of going straight like this, will go all over the damn place. It's kind of pretty. It's really cool looking. But, you know, that also means your barrel's toast. And nowadays, these barrels cost $150, $200 a pop, if you can find them. So, you know, that's kind of depressing when you see that. Okay, tank mounting. You could mount it on the gondola. Is that what it's called? The top of the tank. We'll call it the gondola. It's probably German for the top of the tank. You could mount it up there. But as far as a coax gun, you couldn't mount it there. It just wasn't suitable. Especially the way the barrel change mechanism was. You could seal it off on this side, but you'd need like this much room on the other side, which creates a hole and a gap in a tank is a bad thing, because people say, oh look, there's a gap, oh shoot there, and this guy is going to have a bad day. He's going to, oh crap, why'd they design a tank with a gap in it? So let's see what else is fun about the MG42. This gun, by the way, is a 1944 DFB. I don't remember who DFB manufacturer was. I believe it starts with an M. Mox. It's German for something. Not really important. It's just kind of cool. It was a four cut kit. It was cut here, here, somewhere in here, and right back here. It was a re-weld. It's a post sample, meaning that only dealers, law enforcement, and military can have it. Sucks. Not my rules, but it is what it is. I'm just kind of happy I'm a dealer. So that is it. That really is it. I kind of whipped through that, didn't I? But I want to go shoot it. I'm excited. I haven't shot a 42 in a while, and I want to shoot this one today, in a few minutes. I'm stoked. Put my little bag in there, because man, these things are just awesome. Alright, let's go shoot it. Well, here we are, hanging out at the range. You'll notice a couple things right off the bat. One, I've got a long sleeve shirt on. There's a reason for that. And no, it's not because I'm afraid of the sun. The reason for that is, if you don't shoot the MG42 with a long sleeve shirt on, you're going to acquire rapidly what's called zipper burns. What that is basically is the shells are moving so fast, they're so hot. As soon as they touch you, sizzles the crap out of you. Ask me how I know that. And I've got a couple here, I've got a couple here. So I went with a long sleeve shirt. We'll call it safety, what the hell. The other thing you notice is I'm wearing a hat. That's because I am afraid of the sun. So that's it. We got ammo, we got a machine gun, we got cameras. Let's do it. So there it is, the MG42. It's a hell of a gun, no doubt about that. When you shoot this thing, you really get a ton of respect for guys on both sides of it, especially the guys who are against it. Charging this, that's nuts, man. That is nuts. This is that takes balls. You can buy a fully automatic transferable MG42 for the low price of about $32,000. Yep, that's right, $32,000. That's thanks to the Hughes Amendment that was passed in '86 that said no new machine guns can be available to the public. That's y'all. Y'all are the public. Washington's making a lot of rules about y'all, and you don't have any say in it. Think about that. Scared the crap out of a cricket.